Good morning, OTT golfers. Have I got a special treat for you? We are going to look at the swing of Count Yogi. What an elegant flowing motion. Count Yogi is an absolute legend around here in Los Angeles and Hollywood, where he befriended many celebrity golfers like Mickey Rooney and Dean Martin. But let me ask you a question real quick. Imagine you're plagued by swing thoughts, anxiety, and insecurity around the game of golf. Every single round you play, you're worried over every shot. And then what if all of a sudden, all of those worries and fears went away and you could hit the golf ball solid every time? That's literally why I named what I'm working on now the over-the-top miracle swing, because I just don't worry about leveraging the club. Okay, that's really it. Now, my shots are not all perfect. They still curve and they still go long and short, but I always compress the golf ball. That's the difference between great golfers and good and average golfers. When I play with great golfers, they hit it solid every time, okay? For me now, it's about narrowing my misses and improving my short game. So I'm telling everybody in the world about the over-the-top golf swing, and I'm going to show you Count Yogi today because he has an inside over-the-top miracle golf swing, okay? It's that simple. Now, I'm going to be working on a special about Ben Hogan for MSC TV that's going to go in the miracle swing section because Ben Hogan has an over-the-top miracle swing, okay? I've been doing more research on it. There's no question about it. And my thesis is pretty interesting, so I'm very excited. That's going to take a while for me to put together. It'll probably be not like a full-length video, but it'll probably be like 15, 20 minutes, maybe more, an in-depth examination of his swing in relation to these concepts that I'm working on. It sounded crazy. From going here to going here, the difference is it's tremendous. So as always, guys, pick up the over-the-top miracle swing at myswingevolution.com. It's the simplest way to hit the golf ball well. I highly encourage an MSE TV membership because that's where I'm going to be putting up all the drills and new information on the miracle golf swing, not to mention golf entertainment and all the other things that I provide like fitness, etc. Now let's get into Count Yogi. Okay, if I was going to make a movie, I would like to make a movie about Count Yogi. There's not any great golf films. There's good golf movies and a lot of bad ones, okay? But I think this guy is such a character. It'd be a fascinating biopic. And that's one of the characters I would like to make a movie about someday. And hopefully these movies will be on MSE TV. I keep working hard on it. I'm so thankful. I want to thank all of my new subscribers that have come on board this month. You're always going to have $9.95 a month, which is the lowest priced membership you can get. Most golf sites are $20 a month, and George Gankis is $50 a month. Good luck trying to swing like that. Just saying. This is the easiest way to hit the golf ball great. So let's take a look at Count Yogi's golf swing. I think you're going to be surprised at what you learn. Hit 'em long and hit 'em straight. Hey guys, so today's video is about Count Yogi. Okay, his real name was Harry M. Frankenberg, born in 1908, passed away in 1990. He was an American author, golf performer, began his career in Chicago, and he moved to LA where he adopted the name Count Yogi, where he played with lots of celebrities like Mickey Rooney and Dean Martin. And he's often referred to as the greatest golfer you've never heard of. Apparently from people who watched him play, he was really good. He shot low 60s, had a lot of course records, and had an incredibly flowing golf swing. And he was known for these golf shows. Apparently he put on over 7,000 golf shows. And it's kind of wild watching him perform because he's almost like a Jim Carrey with golf clubs. He's just wild and you know, just a real old school showman. But what we're going to look at is a really, really beautiful golf swing. So as we look at this trace of his swing, it just shows hallmarks of balance and smoothness. As we get into the swing itself, we'll see an absolute confidence and a flair for the dramatic. Look at that that finish. I love that beautiful finish. But Count Yogi was a natural performer. He loved to be in front of crowds, I'd assume, but he hit the ball really, really well. So let's take a look at this because he has an inside over the top golf swing. At this point, you've probably realized that my thesis is this was the most common and effective pattern used before the age of industrial golf instruction through magazines and big golf schools. It used to be to me when you went to take a golf lesson, you just took like one or a couple lessons from a teacher when I was growing up. It wasn't like you had to take a million lessons. Now, I do give lesson packages, so I'm not trying to bust on that. Some people want to really work on it. But today, I don't teach nearly as much as I used to. There's only basically 5 big lessons that we work on. So you don't need a 20 lesson package anymore, in my opinion. Now, one thing I want to point out with Count Yogi with his swing, let's take a look at his footwork. So he steps in with his right foot, steps with his left foot, steps with his right foot, and starts the swing. Okay, this is very like Lee Trevino, how he had his 3-step trigger move. Very nice. Now, the second thing I'm going to point out is this pronounced caddy drag. So we'll see him drag the handle to the inside. Right now he's got the club pointing almost at his right shoulder, somewhat like Ben Hogan did. Hogan did not have a small letter Y. He had a capital Y. I think this suits Count Yogi because of his name. But we'll watch him drag the handle into the inside. And now he will lift it up high. And now we'll see the move. Now notice his left leg. He'll brace into that left leg pretty early. So he has more of a Sam Snead style center pivot golf swing. He doesn't have the big move to the left like Ben Hogan did. That's the biggest difference that I see. Now, we all know Ben Hogan had his slow motion drill, so we can see Count Yogi demonstrating his swing in slow motion. It looks to me from this demonstration that he feels as if he's leaving the club behind him. That's what we see at this point. It seems like he's letting his arms come along for the ride here. Of course, in full speed, the swing does not actually look like that. So let's look at a couple more golf swings here. I love these swings in this blue shirt. There's not a lot of swings that I could get on the internet. But here we can see the clear inside, inside, and up. So you keep that right elbow tied to the body and then lift it up. Okay? Then you go over and we see the brace of the left leg in the elegant finish. One more time. Left, right, pull the trigger. Up and over. Now this is a direct behind view. Now what we're going to see is this is very different than Ben Hogan at the top of his backswing. Ben Hogan would be very loaded into his left side. But Count Yogi makes his move late. Here we see him going left. So he's basically a left arm paralleling up, moving his weight left. But watch this beautiful transition. Those legs, man, that is a good looking golf swing right there. You know, there's all the stories about Count Yogi that he wasn't allowed to play because he was too good and all that kind of silliness. But I'll tell you, I heard a story that he used to do in his exhibitions where he'd hit a cut and a draw two balls right after another and make them collide in midair, which I may have to try that today. It sounds kind of impossible. So now this next swing is the one that I think really shows me his over-the-top golf swing. It looks so casual and free, but we can really see that he has an inside over-the-top golf swing. So he steps in right, steps in left, braces. Now let's watch this. He takes it inside, keeps his head down, lifts the club up nice and high. Now we'll see the over-the-top move. Okay, this is what I'm obsessed with. Can you see this move? Now tie this move in with his left hip, just like Arnold Palmer when I showed you that move. This move, he gets the left hip back and gets into position. Now watch this. We get the Sneed squat. Little squat with his legs, and he's up to his balanced finish. So let's watch this one more time. In, up, and over. Little squat transition. And I'm sure it was a beautiful shot because he has a smile on his face. So guys, this is Count Yogi, another famous golfer from yesteryear who had an over-the-top golf swing. You can count on leverage every time when you do this move. It's natural. It's based on a throw. I encourage you to go to myswingevolution.com and pick up the over-the-top miracle golf swing. It's truly a miracle, and it's going to change the world of golf. I hope you hit them long and hit them straight.
Do you have trouble slicing the golf ball? How many times have you heard people tell you you're swinging over the top? That's your problem. You might just have a couple of things wrong that are keeping you from being able to hit the golf ball straight. What if I told you the natural motion of swinging over the top is actually the best way to hit the golf ball? Would you think I'm crazy? Everyday players to PGA Tour professionals are figuring this out, and it's changing their games forever.
Do you think you picked up some yardage since we've been working on this stuff?
On the driver, at least 50 to 60 yards.
It's dynamite.
It's crazy.
You don't have to be stuck with an over-the-top slice. You can actually have an over-the-top swing and pound it long and straight. So go to MSE TV and watch the over-the-top miracle today.
Transform your game at myswingevolution.com.